Hey YouTube, it's Conrad21 here. Let's get our first game going. Creating a new world. I'm going to name mine Conrad21 Walkthrough. Doesn't matter what you name yours. The map will be the same as long as you put on the same seed. I'm going to go Conrad21 Walkthrough. Generate structures I'm going to leave on. If we get lucky, we might find some villagers or some, like a witch house or some dungeons. Those would be great, so I'm going to leave that on. I'm going to leave the world type on default. There's also super flat and large biomes. You know, super flat, there's no resources in it, it's just super flat. Like, literally just flat. Large biomes, I mean, if you start spawn in a desert, well, you're in trouble. So I just leave it at regular, so if you start in a bad spot, you can move away. If you start in a good spot, there's not all that much of it, so it helps to even things out a little bit. Cheats are going to be off, and the bonus chest is also going to be, I'm kind of slurring, is also going to be off. No reason to put that on, don't need it. Make sure your game mode is on survival, no hardcore creative. Creative, you just get everything for free, and hardcore, if you die once, that's it, you're done. So you don't want that. Just double check, make sure that your seed is the same as mine, if that's what you want. If you just want to have game tips and whatnot, that's fine, but if your seed is the same, you'll have the exact same map as mine. Alright, launch the world at this. Goals for the first day are going to be get a house, get lots of wood, probably light our house somewhat, torches, that kind of thing, and do a little bit of map exploring if we have time. First thing I'm going to do here is just press X, and that brings up the map, and if you know what you're looking for, on the bottom right-ish quadrant of that map, there's kind of like a house there. That's a witch hut. We're going to be looking at that sometime in the not-too-distant future. Also, over this way, in the top left, we've got a jungle. That means lots of wood. I'm headed that way. It'll be helpful. I can see pumpkins on the ridge up to the top right there. There's also oil in the jungle I can see, so we've got a pretty well set up map. Whoopsies, didn't mean to do that. Yeah. Down at the bottom center of the map-ish, now you've got that darker green stuff with the white trees. That's rubber wood. That's immensely helpful as well. Furthermore, we've got cows here. That's a great food source. I got some on the ridge up there and over there as well, so I got tons of food. We are quite well set off for this. I couldn't have done much better if I had tried. Just going to be chopping trees now. Getting some wood. Minecraft motto, chop tree with fist. First thing we're going to want to do is get an axe. Probably the best part of this mod, here press E, is the fact that you can use an axe to chop an entire tree rather than just one spot. So do that to get some sticks. 2 sticks. I'm just going to do 4 of them because I know we're going to use all the axes today. Get a couple of axes. Shift clicking on that. We'll use everything we've put in the crafting table. And let's go chop ourselves some wood now. This is the worst part about jungles, is all the low-hanging shrubs, so, I chop them as I go, more or less. They're just too easy to get trapped in. If you're running from some mobs or zombies or, creepers especially, it's just too easy to get stuck. So I get rid of them as I go. I try not to leave tons of them hanging around. For the most part here, I'm after apples. Gotta need the food today, because I'm not going to have a fisher up or anything like that. Fisher is essentially a free way to get food. It's a little bit overpowered, but I mean, it's in the game, I'm going to use it. You hook it up to some kind of power-producing thing, and it just fishes for eternity. That's its job. So, yeah, I can live with that. I don't know exactly how the Minecraft map maker does seeds, so it may say, based off a seed, there's going to be a jungle in this area, so your jungle may not look exactly like mine. Maybe you won't have oil, but, oil's pretty easy to make. You can get, like, oil fabricators and whatnot, and I'll show you how to do that in the later game once it becomes valid and usable. But until then, your map's probably going to be almost identical to mine. Yeah. So, while I'm doing this, we need to start talking. Just want you to know that anytime if you had a tutorial you wanted me to do, feel free to email me. It's comnerd, comnerd21@gmail.com. Just send me an email. I'll see what I can do about it. If it's in the upcoming future on this, I'll just work it in. And otherwise, I can just kind of veer off in that direction to make it a little bit more immediate. Or I can just throw out a special video for you on that. And maybe one of my single-player games where I am kicking tail. I'm going to make up another couple axes because I can. And because I'm going to use them. Either today or tomorrow. I can hear a spider there in the background. I don't think the software I'm using to capture my screen does computer noises, so you probably can't hear it, but I can. But that also makes tutorials a lot easier. If I've got, slime bouncing around, you can't hear them. Really nice. Just keep chopping trees and getting more wood. That's pretty much all you do the first day, is chop trees, find a house location, and build a house. I am notorious for building huge houses day one, and you don't need to. I mean, something small and simple works. I just prefer a little bit more space. So I'm out here chopping all day kind of a thing until just before night. And then I set in and decide, okay, it's time to build a house. If you don't want to play it quite that tight, I'm usually building my house as it goes dark. Sometimes even into a little bit of the night. So, maybe right about now you'd say, okay, I've been playing for, 5 minutes or whatever. 6 minutes or something. Maybe it's time to just start getting a house up, and you can just start building it. Another nice thing about this mod, if you hadn't noticed, is say I finish burning off this axe and it just kind of dies while I'm chopping a tree. If I've got another axe in my inventory, the next one will automatically pop into the active hand slot. So if I'm, whacking a zombie, and all of a sudden my sword dies. If I've got another sword, it'll just show up in my hand in that same spot. Really, really helpful. Only works if you're not holding the shift key. Oh, like an apple. Cool. So I managed to get 7 apples so far, and I'm just going to cut off there. If you haven't already stopped, maybe it's time to find something else to do here, because you are going to want a house up here pronto. I'm just going to chop some of the dirt around here so it's a little bit squarer, nicer, neater. Not OCD, just like my stuff to look nice. Obviously this is another thing that's not needed day one. I mean, if it's chop chop dirt or get a house up, obviously put up a house. But I can get both of them in, so I will. I can hear more spiders in the background, and I can see night starting to set in here. I want to hurry up a little bit. Okay. Trick you may not know about the game is you don't actually need a door on a house if you overlap your house into the water, which is something I'm going to do here. Every single mob will always stay on top of the water. So what you can do is you can actually build your house overhanging the water, and just use the water, come in through underneath the water, and never need to build a door. It makes it easier that zombies will never come and break it down. I mean, obviously in the later game when you start getting stuff that's gonna defend your house, like some iron golems or something, it's not needed. But it can be nice until then, not needing to put up a new door every other night, especially if you're down mining or something. I'm just going to try and finish this house here before my video ends. If not, I'll finish it up while we're on break. I won't make you guys hang in for that. Yeah, so, just keep putting up your house first day. Essentially, like I said, first day, your 2 main goals are find wood and find shelter. Other than that, there's not much you need day one. Overnight, you're usually going to go mining. Try and get a ladder mine, no stair-step mines. Stair-step mines are a nightmare. They use lots of food getting up and down, and they are hideous for getting up or down in a hurry. Gonna just go straight to a ladder mine, especially if we've got all this wood hanging out. We can build ladders. And unfortunately, I think... Oh, never mind. I do have plenty of jungle wood. I'm not going to try and mix woods here just because it looks kind of bad. But I can really hear the spiders starting to act up, so you want to get it done quickly. I might have went and made a house a little bit too big, especially as I still need to roof it in. But, not too bad. Not too shabby at all. Yeah. So I'm just going to finish up the roof here, then call the video. Actually, I'm just going to call the video now. I'm not going to do anything different. I'll come back when the video... when my roof is done. Talk to y'all later. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help.